Welcome. I'm Jessica Tietjen, and this is the Evolving to Exceptional podcast, where we talk about reaching peak performance in our workplaces, homes, and communities so that we can live our best life possible, an exceptional life. I am so glad you've decided to join us for the first ever Evolving to Exceptional podcast episode. I am incredibly excited to get into all of the strategies, techniques, and approaches that we'll be talking about in the coming episodes and what the purpose of this podcast is really going to be all about. But first, in this first episode, I thought it would be best to really talk about who I am, who is Jessica Tietjen, the creator of Evolving to Exceptional and the person and host of this podcast. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to just introduce myself and help you get to know me and who I am and what I've done. So I fill a lot of different roles. I am a spouse. I'm a mother to 3 children, twin 2.5-year-old girls and a 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old boy. I'm a leader. I'm a lawyer. I'm a talent management professional. I'm a technology enthusiast. I'm a Gallup certified strengths coach, and now I'm both an author and a consultant. So a little bit about how I got there and where my journey started. So I always knew that I wanted to go to law school. I loved the sense of debate, and I loved always challenging different thoughts and different approaches to things. And I was excellent at debating my way out of any punishment, or maybe my parents were actually excellent at letting me debate my way out of any punishment. Guess it depends on your perspective. So I, after college, went and spent a year in a master's program for a master's for public administration. And then I moved into law school, and I graduated in 2010 from St. Louis University Law School. I loved law school as much as any law student loves law school, which is a very much a love-hate relationship. But I always thought I would end up being a trial attorney, that I would end up really working in the courtroom and making cases and doing that work. Unfortunately, at the time, it really wasn't ripe for that. And so while I waited for my bar results, I ended up going to work for Experitech. Now, Experitech is a business in the industrial automation sector. They are an Emerson Impact partner to Emerson, who sells process automation equipment. Yeah, that's super confusing and maybe a little bit boring. The main point is I went to work there to help them with an acquisition and a merger while I was waiting for my bar results. And I ended up just falling in love with the company, and especially the people that worked there. I just really enjoyed everyone I was working with and what I was doing. The business was growing exponentially at the time. And so I made the decision to stay. And I initially committed to only 2 years. I said, I'll stay for 2 years. They were growing really fast, and they needed somebody to lead up their talent management or HR function. So I said, okay, I'll stay. I'll do contract review and get the HR talent management function set up, because the organization didn't have anything at the time. No HR person, no processes, no performance management. There was nothing there. And 12 years later, I was still there. So during my time with Experitech, I started in that talent management and legal space, managing those activities. Then I expanded and took on information technology, customer service, project coordination, and order management. I really did a little bit of a lot of different things. Organization was small, but my primary passion and my primary focus was talent management, was really crafting and putting in place best in practice talent management programs. So I spent over 10 years, almost 12 years, shaping those programs by creating strategies for peak performance. And the work that we did actually led to some pretty significant outcomes. So we were recognized, Experitech was recognized as a 3-time Gallup Global Exceptional Workplace. And was recognized 4 times as a St. Louis Post-Dispatch top workplace. And the organization really went through some pretty significant transformations in order to get to that point, in order to get to that level of recognition. And we did so by putting in place a number of talent enablement programs that covered all of the elements, not just one or two, but all of the pieces of talent management programs and all of the elements that can contribute to making people perform at their very best. And it was my belief, and I still hold this belief, or I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, that when you help people operate at their very best, when you give them the tools and equip them with the knowledge and skills that they need to be successful, that they can live better lives, and that the results that they achieve are significantly greater, which means you can provide them better benefits. You can provide them better flexibility. You can provide them a better culture within which to operate. So both sides of that equation actually create greater outcomes. So as a result of that, I really started to become passionate about that people and profits are not exclusive, that you can have both. You can have both people and profits, but you have to get really intentional with what you do. So I developed a purpose, or my core purpose during that time, which was to help people live exceptional lives. And at the time, that was to help my employees and my organization live exceptional lives. And then to realize that Experitech could be a part of that, that the business could be a part of that. And then 2020 hit. So I had been building this great organization. Everything was fantastic. We'd won this workplace award numerous times, but I had my twins in 2019, which was really tough for me. My girls had a food protein intolerance that caused them not to be able to take formula. So that meant a lot of nursing, breastfeeding time for myself in order to keep them healthy while I was running all these other programs. And my girls were 9 months old when the COVID pandemic hit. And 2020, like it was for everybody, was really hard for me and my family. And what I learned throughout that year, and especially what I experienced in my home and with the employees that I was coaching and managing, helped me to realize that we really could live better lives, that the insights that could help us live our best life already existed. We just weren't putting them together in a way that created the outcomes we wanted in our lives. So I felt really called to write a book. And I ended up writing my book, The Exceptional Life Revolution. And my book is all about a practical guide or a practical approach to reaching peak performance in our workplaces, homes, and communities. And I highlight all those areas because I believe fundamentally that we can't have or live exceptional lives unless we're able to do it in our homes and in our workplaces, that they don't exist separately and that we need them both to be operating well in order to truly live our best life. And so I wrote this book to really help anyone in any role, in any place, be able to have the tools necessary to evolve to peak performance. And I published that book in October of 2021. I was really proud of, and I still am really proud of the book. The book includes a workbook that goes with it and a lot of additional resources and tools to help people progress in terms of their performance. And at that time, I recognized that I needed to do more of this, that I wanted to help more businesses achieve what my organization at Experitech had already accomplished, which was becoming an exceptional workplace. And with a lot of talk about the Great Resignation and all the challenges that employers are facing, we're facing across the country, I recognized a real, true need to help people evolve their performance to exceptional. And so I created my new business, Evolving to Exceptional, in order to meet this need, in order to provide the same strategies I've been using to more people and workplaces. And so this new business, Evolving to Exceptional, we provide training, resources, and tools for individuals. We partner closely with workplaces and can provide consulting, all to help move them from and evolve them from good to exceptional. That, I hope, gives you a little bit of a background of who I am, who I've been, and what I've done. I've also been a Gallup certified strengths coach for the last 5 years. As a Gallup certified strengths coach, I do strengths-based coaching. I am a huge proponent of strengths and the value that knowing what our strengths and talents are can bring to our lives, our workplaces, and our families. And I've experienced firsthand the impact of what knowing your strengths can really do for you as an individual and all of those relationships that you have in your life, and how, if you can apply it effectively, you can really generate tremendous results for yourself. I am in the midst of writing a second book that I hope to publish in 2022, and I am going to be launching this podcast right at the beginning of 2022. That gives you a lot of background about what I've done and who I've been and the roles that I performed. But I just finished today recording my Performance Starts With You course. And my Performance Starts With You course talks about this concept of who am I? And the difficulty that we have in really answering that. And that so often we answer that question just as I just did, with the jobs that we've had, with how we relate to others, our, role as a mom or a parent or a sister or brother, or the groups that we belong to, whether we're conservative or liberal or religious. And so we start to answer those questions very much from a perspective of the external things that we've chosen or decided to become a part of for one reason or another. But the truth is that they're not really who we are. We are a person that is separate from all of those things. We are a unique individual that can show up and bring value in ways completely different from everyone else. Now, I recognize the field of podcasting and coaching and consulting has a lot of very talented resources in it, and has a lot of really capable people performing in this space. But I believe that there's something unique about myself that will bring value to those workplaces and individuals who choose to get to know me and get to know my approach. And I also know from reading all of the recent articles and what's going on and talking to different workplaces that the challenges are not getting easier. That the challenges of figuring out how to get the most out of people in the workplace and help people to be fulfilled in the workplace are continuing to grow. And they're continuing to be a struggle. And that if actually this were really solved, if actually this were not a problem, we wouldn't be talking about all of those challenges and all those issues in the workplaces. So I believe that there's something unique about myself, or I wouldn't be taking this step. And so for me, who am I? Separate from my past, separate from my experiences or the roles I've held, all of which, of course, give me credibility. But who I am is really a person who is passionate about helping people live their best life, about helping people achieve their greatest, most valuable performance so that they can have the most exceptional experiences in their lives, to help people to be able to enjoy their journey, enjoy what they do and how they live every day, and to help workplaces create cultures and environments that allow that to be the case. Now, I'm going to go a step further. Not just that they allow it to be the case, but they actually help to create it. They help to instill it. They help to motivate and to create the most phenomenal workplaces where people can thrive in their lives, not just in their workplaces. I believe with all my heart that this is possible, And I am so excited about the opportunity to be able to make contributions, challenge thought processes, and engage in discussions on these incredibly challenging, but also fascinating and interesting topics. I am so excited to talk about our evolution in terms of our performance and how we as human beings can evolve and reach that next level in terms of what we're capable of and how we experience our lives. I cannot wait to tell you more about what I hope to cover and address in this Evolving to Exceptional podcast. I hope this has given you an opportunity to get a glimpse into who I am and how I've gotten to where I am today. And I look forward to recording and sharing many episodes to come to further enhance your life and help you to live your best life.